Hey, neighbor. There's only one Spin Doctor song, and it's Two Princes. It's What I Said Now. That's such a 90s song right there. I mean, it doesn't get much more 90s than that. I really wanted to talk about the thing that I messaged you about to make you actually make a video yesterday, but you didn't mention it, so maybe it's something that we're not supposed to talk about, which is weird. Are like you planning something for Friday? I mean, it is our 100th episode, so we should probably pull out all of the stops to make it a great one. It's great to hear that the Cathedral of Notre Dame is structurally sound. It's just really scary to think about in your head that something that's been standing for 800 plus years was almost not. And I don't know, when I saw the video of the spire falling, I just like felt this horrible pain in my gut, and I was like, oh my god, how could something that's so like culturally, artistically, architecturally like magnificent and something that's just so significant to that whole area and like what you think of Paris, it's just like it's literally crippling to think of it not being there anymore. It was very difficult yesterday to not be like constantly refreshing Twitter to try and see what else had happened. And but it's great to see. I think the latest report was like $700 million were raised in less than 24 hours from some huge donors, some not so huge donors, and it's great. It's great that the response has been so positive, and there's such a dedication to saving this art, this history, this culture. Hopefully the repair, the reconstruction will go really well, and no one will really think, oh yeah, it was destroyed in 2019, and we'll be like, yeah, this is how it always was. I mean, with 3D imagery and all of that, we should be able to reconstruct it fairly well. Obviously, I don't know if it'll ever be really the same, but hopefully it'll be there in maybe 5, 10, 15 years when I'm able to go back to Europe. It's definitely reassuring that people can kind of come together for a common goal. It's not often that you see a response that overwhelmingly positive to something. To get to your question of the day, no, I haven't watched Raw, and it's too early for SmackDown, so I haven't watched that either. But I did read up today on kind of what happened during the Superstar shakeup so far. Probably the best thing that happened was what you mentioned in the Usos moving over from SmackDown to Raw. I don't really know who they're going to be, I don't know, competing against or fighting against, but I guess it's definitely a good ad for Raw. I want to, like in my head, I want to see the Revival versus the Usos, but I also want the Revival to be on SmackDown. So I don't know how that's going to happen. But also AJ Styles, I mean, he's really accomplished everything that he could at SmackDown. So I guess going over to Raw and being able to fight the likes of Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, I think those matches would be great. I just don't know how often we're going to get to see them with kind of the current storylines that everyone's in. So my predictions for the SmackDown transitions: uh, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, and I think Buddy Murphy all make a jump over to SmackDown and spend the next year on the blue brand. I think with the Fox deal that a lot of the big names are going to be moving over to SmackDown, so I wouldn't be surprised if all of them made the transition. And then you get to keep Roman away from Seth while Seth hopefully has like a year or two long reign with the belt. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. This is kind of going to be a bit of a change of pace, but what was your favorite elective in college? Like, and I don't want to hear, oh, well, technically my major was this, and I took this programming course, and it wasn't technically in my major, so that was my favorite. No, something like super far away and completely different than what your major was in college. just let me know. Thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. You can follow me on Twitter at 90s Guy Kev. You can follow Tom on Twitter at 90s Guy Tom. You can follow both of us on Instagram at the 90s Guys. Tune in again every weekday for a new episode here on the 90s Vlog. And with that, I'll catch you tomorrow, Tom.